Bishop Anthony, have you been involved in each of the 3 consultations?
No, this is actually my second one.
Your
The
second,
first
okay.
one was in Dar es Salaam last year, so this is my second one here.
Good.
Yeah.
Why did you want to be a part of this consultation, or why did you accept the invitation to be part of it?
I think partly when I got the first invitation, I wanted to come and learn. And part of it is because we have a companion relationship with the Diocese of Bethlehem. And so I was keen to come and share what our experience has been in that companion relationship, but also to learn, how we others have experienced that relationship, particularly in view of what's happening within the communion. So I was keen to learn, share, but also to be in dialogue, and I like the word dialogue particularly. Yes.
Have there been any surprises for you in the course of these consultations?
I think one of the key things that I have come to realize is the lack of an understanding of each other, and part of that is to do perhaps with the lack of knowledge of our various contexts, and because I think that, in my view, is so important, that we live in different contexts, and so yes, getting to learn from each other helps us to understand perhaps why we take certain positions because of the context that we all come from. And I think that was one of the important things. And I think coming in and attending the service that I mentioned yesterday and seeing how it's done here is different. A service of 2 hours in the West is a long service, but for us that is still the start of a particular service. And so celebration for us is where you can have 5, 6, 7 hours, and we really celebrate. Now that's the context that each one of us come from, and if you don't have an understanding, then you will feel, oh, actually they have not really celebrated, because so that's an example of what I see as perhaps the context that we all come from.
So learning from some of those surprises,
Yeah.
were there any frustrations that came up as you've entered the dialogue?
I think again the misunderstanding that you might find, some you might get questions like, why are you attending such a meeting, such a dialogue, such a consultation from different angles? And I think that is one of the things that I am, which was a surprise to me. So people would ask these questions, and
People in your own context?
in my own context, but also sometimes when you read in some of the publications around, there are all sorts of questions that people are asking. Why a group of people coming to meet, just a small group of people. So those kind of questions, yes, both in my own context, but also I think when I read some of the media that go around.
What have you learned specifically as part of the Dar es Salaam consultation?
I think that this, what I had said earlier, I think is important. One of the key things, definitely for me, is that the church where I come from, or the context where I come from, people have different taken a different position on many of the issues that we face, and as people take such positions, you find that you take a very strong stand on that, and sometimes you close your eyes and ears to any other view. I think so. Yes, that's one of the things that I am finding, that yes, it's important that we hear and we learn and we listen to each other, But again, the key thing that I've mentioned is underscored is the issue of contexts.
Has that or other learnings been helpful in your diocese?
I think for my diocese, the kind of issues that we're grappling with are issues of what I'm calling issues of survival. Coming from South Sudan, a country where we're coming out of war, a new country, and people are looking at how can I get my next meal, or how can I send my children to school, how can I even get a place in school, or how can I buy medicine, how can I prevent myself, or how can I treat myself from malaria and other waterborne diseases. Those are the issues that people are looking at. And so in my diocese, the issues that the communion is talking about, therefore, are not a priority, because to them, they want to move on with what I'm calling survival, and then, of course, moving on with the ministry, a mission of what they have called to do. It's when you now think national or you think international, then many of these issues come into play. And in fact, in my context, so those issues, therefore, in my diocese will not be an issue of concern. In fact, it is rarely mentioned even in our major discussions, in major synods, in the context. Yeah.
Do you think this consultation is helping us to live with difference in the communion?
Perhaps it's helping us to understand our different contexts, and I think it definitely will take time for us to live with our various with the differences that we have, and I think with time, I think people would understand and get to understand each other. That would be the way I would see it. Yeah.
What are your hopes for this consultation as it goes forward?
Well, I'm looking forward to getting to learn and share, and actually some of the informal discussions, even the last 2 days, sharing with colleagues, sharing with colleagues from different parts of the world, you then realize that there are very many similarities in terms of the challenges that we face, particularly colleagues from other parts of Africa and also other parts of the world where we definitely have different challenges, but sharing, so it's very, very helpful, because you then realize, actually we meet, they may be the challenges may be different, but actually there are a lot of similarities. So yes, coming together and sharing this is helpful and encouraging. It also means that you can pray for each other and carrying on, build friendship, continue to exchange news, information, emails, and sharing. And coming for the second time, meeting some of the colleagues that I met last year. It's a renewal of friendship. So it's a time of fellowship, I believe, which is crucial as we meet each other. And so yes, I see this as an important thing for the future as well.
Thank you very much, Bishop.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.